Hello and welcome back to the channel for another video. Bit of a change in setup, but I just want to talk about YouTube removing dislikes. Now, YouTube has gone ahead, they announced on Twitter that they were essentially removing dislikes from public view at least, and I thought that I'd talk about it because I have some thoughts. Although they've been removed from public viewing, they'll still be viewable via like YouTube Studio, and like if my videos get dislikes, which some of them do depending on the topic, then I'll be able to tell. But you, the viewer, if you go to the video with this new update, you won't be able to tell. Now, they've said that they did some testing and that they decided based on that, I suppose. I can see how it could be beneficial to some people, some communities and stuff, and some people just get disliked because of who they are. Some people hate watch some people, and I guess seeing the stats like that isn't like the best, although the only person it would probably really affect would be the creator in that case, who will still be able to see it. Now, ironically, I guess, the most disliked video was uploaded by YouTube themselves, so they're doing it to like stop themselves. This does also mean now that if there is another really bad video, that there can be no updates to the most liked video of all time because it will no longer be viewable. And I can't imagine someone, if they upload a video that's really poorly received, would publicize their dislikes to try and get in the top 10 or something. This doesn't seem like something that would happen. Now, I don't really talk about, I'm not sure I've ever actually spoken about my whole thoughts on likes and dislikes. Now, there are some social medias that only have likes, like Twitter, for example. Twitter only has likes and replies and retweets, but they are trialing a downvote system, I think, which I assume they kind of are taking from Reddit. And Reddit works well because it has the upvote and the downvote, and it kind of evens them out. It would be like something on YouTube getting 40 likes and 20 dislikes. If it was on Reddit and that happened, it would just be 20 likes, for example. Though it can't go negative, so that also works. The lowest it can go is 0. Now, I do have an issue with not having dislikes. Now, I don't agree with hate watching people and disliking things for the sake of it. But I think that it is important to have that indicator or whatever purely because then you kind of get an accurate representation of what is and isn't working. Now, as an audience, it can be difficult, but this will probably be utilized by some creators to kind of make a video of theirs seem positive, even if it's poorly made or whatever. They could just delete all the negative comments, and then it could seem like everyone is in agreement with them, and that can be dangerous because generally, if you're watching something, the likes and dislikes may affect your opinions or thoughts on it. And if someone is making a bad video, let's say something's poorly researched, for example, then if there's no real bad comments or dislikes or whatever, which could hypothetically happen in the future with this new system, then you may feel kind of left out of that, I suppose, which could be difficult because you could feel like, well, maybe you're not understanding what you're seeing when in reality you actually are, but the people are filtering what is and isn't seen so that it seems like they have the support even when they may not. It's also important, in my opinion, for people to know when they get things wrong, and dislikes can be in some cases an accurate representation of that. There's a bad apology, for example, whatever, and this, of course, won't stop that because you as a creator can still see it. But I think that it will lead to less, let's say, accountability. That's probably not the word, but it won't have as effective impact on behaviors as it does at the moment. It's also said, and obviously it's true, that you can, if you want, as of right now, hide likes and dislikes. Although YouTube said that that is an option, but people have been getting backlash from doing that, which there generally is a negative stigma, I think, towards hiding your likes and dislikes. I mean, I think that if YouTube is going to hide dislikes, hide likes as well, and just keep comments because you're essentially pushing positivity even when there shouldn't necessarily be it. Like, I understand that there's some cases where positivity is good, like there's wholesome stories and all that, and they're good to have the positivity of like, oh, so many likes and whatnot, you know. But there's some things where that probably isn't the case, you know. Before YouTube had likes and dislikes, they had a star system out of 5. That was pretty early on, I think, and that was generally favorable, I think, within the community. It's a good idea because it gives a rating out of 5 and audience opinion, you know. I'm making this because I think that it's important across social media and across the internet, I guess, to have a place where people can tell you when you've messed up. Not necessarily hold you accountable. I mean, hold you accountable in certain instances, of course, but for you to gauge the reception, you know, and for other people to kind of gauge the reception as well, although the content you're making is personal. So there is an argument, of course, then if the content's personal, like it's an apology hypothetically, then why do people need to know if people like it or not, you know? But I feel like there may be less people asking important questions now because they feel like everyone just agrees because you can't see dislikes. So, yeah. Anyway, this is a bit more of a rant video. I don't know if I've done one of these before, or I very rarely do them. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Really happy to have a discussion about this, as I'm happy to have a discussion about everything. There's definitely going to be varied opinions, and there's very potentially concepts or ideas or viewpoints that I haven't thought of that could change my mind, you know. I'm open to that. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about stuff, you know. I want to learn. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day and peace.